War never changes. Lives are always lost, and the outcome is always undesirable. During the Cold War, many proxy wars were fought between the United States and the Communists. One of the largest wars in this time period was the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War arose because of a conflict of ideals between the people from the northern region of Vietnam who identified as communists and the southern Vietnam government, whose people wanted to be free from communism. After the battle was decided, the United States allied with the southern Vietnam government to aid them in their fight against the communist regime, and the Soviets allied with the leading national force led by Ho Chi Minh. The U.S. was fearful of the communist expansion from Ho Chi Minh and the Soviet Union, which would lead to a domino effect where the loss of Vietnam to communist control would lead to similar communist victories in neighboring countries in Southeast Asia, including Laos, Cambodia, and Thailand, until all of Eastern Asia fell under communist rule. During the war, many American soldiers lost their lives fighting in the jungles of Vietnam, which caused many Americans to question why the U.S. was involved in this war. Furthermore, the members of the hippie movement strongly opposed the war effort due to its extreme violence. Even though the war effort was opposed by many, the United States still decided to send 500,000 troops in support of the southern Vietnamese. However, the troops were forced to retreat, resulting in the United States conceding in the war and withdrawing their direct support. The war effort still drastically affected many people, with highly extreme death tolls consisting of 1.1 million northern Vietnamese soldiers killed, 200,000 southern Vietnam soldiers killed, and 58,000 U.S. troops killed. Communism thrived in Vietnam after the war, but the Vietnamese economy was damaged for many years following the war. In the U.S., the Democratic Party split in 1968 presidential election. Still today, there is much controversy over the U.S.'s choice to intervene in the war. A poll conducted recently found that 53% of Americans believe it was a well-intentioned mistake, while 47% believe that it was fundamentally wrong and immoral.
But if the U.S. sent 1 million troops instead of 500,000 to the Vietnam front, we would have won the war. Long live the U.S. and capitalism.
Boise took the communist regime down. Long live America and capitalism. Screw communism.
As a result, communism never rises in Vietnam.
Capitalism! Communist revolution never takes place, and China becomes capitalist. The Khmer Rouge never come to power, and thus the Cambodian genocide was prevented.
One, two, three. Communism in Russia fades away. Force